Welcome to today's video, guys. I wanted to talk about Sphere Finance today. Now, I did a couple of videos on these guys already. I did a video about them very early on to make you aware of this project early on if any of you guys wanted to get yourself whitelist spots and get in on the pre-sale. I've done another couple of videos following up on that since. I've been very bullish on this one since the start. And yesterday was our launch day, so I wanted to do an update on this one to talk about how the launch went. And yeah, let's get into it. So let's go over to the chart to see how it went, and here we go. So you can see a nice pump up at the start. Kind of happens in all these projects. Well, in fact, this one probably pumped a bit more than others. Usually, if you don't want to see so much of a sell-off like that, you'd prefer that you had this kind of price action at launch. But the price did pump a lot. I think that the private sellers were about at 10x here at this point, and the pre-sellers, well, it depends where you bought in, because they had a strange pre-sale, whereas the initial people that bought in at the start of the pre-sale got a rate of 0.01, which is like way down here, right? And then the price moved up linearly, um, like this, as the pre-sale went on. So those people that bought in at the end of the pre-sale would have got a higher rate, bought in at a higher rate than those people that bought in at the start of the pre-sale. Um, I myself, I'm not quite sure where I fit into that, because I did buy in the pre-sale as well as a private sale. Um, the big problems with the Polygon network: always congestion, always failed transactions, always problems with the transactions, stuff like that. So my transaction took a while to go through, even though I did start to contribute as soon as the window was open. So I'm not sure. I don't think I got one of the best rates down here. I think I got my price is kind of around here, somewhere like that. Anyway, so launched, big pump up to 10x for the pre-sales. Obviously, when you see big green candles moving up vertically like this, a correction is always going to happen. So that's what happened down here, and also the fact that Sphere Finance have done things differently to other projects, where they've been given a window of time for people to collect the tokens. So now that they've already launched, the rebases still aren't happening, because they said they wanted to give 24 hours for everybody to claim the tokens before the rebases started. I'm not sure kind of why they've done that. If I was them, I would have just started the rebases straight away. If people don't want to claim the tokens on time, that's their fault, and they can miss out on the first 24 hours of rebases. I don't see why the rest of the people who want to claim on time should then have to um, not get their rebase for 24 hours just because some people are taking longer to claim. But anyway, that's the method that they decided to use. Um, I have seen recently on the Discord that they are now got a poll going to start the rebase earlier, which will be 6 p.m. So it'll be coming up in a few hours actually, because apparently pretty much everybody has already claimed the tokens. Well, at least the vast majority anyway. So hopefully those rebases start then in a few hours' time, which will probably kickstart some more bullish price action. And I know these guys have got a couple of big influencers on board, a couple of big whales from the Titano project, and obviously from all this price action already, they're going to have a huge marketing wallet, and so hopefully they can get started on that. And yeah, so overall it's been a success. Uh, been a successful launch, really. Maybe comparable to any other projects. I mean, obviously that depends now on the next few days' price action, because projects like Libero and Seifu then continue this bullish trend up for the first few days. So, if these guys can do this, maybe we can see something similar. Well, I hope we can see something similar anyway. And so yes, that's pretty much all I wanted to say for today's video. I just wanted to do an update on how the launch went. It was a success, despite the Polygon network being so difficult. People not managing to buy in, and people having problems with it and stuff like that. I hope it's not going to be the downfall of this project, but so far so good, and we'll see where the project develops over the next couple of days or weeks, and so that maybe if there's a big difference in price action, I might do another update video. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about for this fair launch today. Now, one thing I did want to touch on as well was another project that I did a video on maybe a week or two ago, which was another auto rebase project. This was going to be the first one on the Metis network, and it was called Apollo. I'm not sure if we can remember this one. I did a video about this. Um, and I wanted to talk about this one today because obviously it's all good doing update videos and talking about all these projects that were successful, Palladium, Sphere, Seifu, all these other ones that were successful. But I think it's also important to talk about the ones that weren't as well. So I was kind of bullish on this project, so I made a video about these guys. They were going to be the first auto rebase protocol on the Metis network. They seem to have everything in place. They seem to be picking up some hype behind them. The Discord community grew to over 5,000, and then they decided to do the pre-sale kind of quite fast, in my opinion. Most of these projects tend to time rug. They tend to take a long time. Like we've been waiting forever for Sphere Finance. We've been waiting forever for Palladium and all these other ones. They took weeks to develop up to a point of doing a pre-sale. Whereas this one kind of seemed to do things fast. I mean, they have a white paper out, as you can see here. These guys, they hadn't done any contract audit. They hadn't done any KYC or doxing or anything like that, and they just decided to do the pre-sale straight away. I think that took a lot of people by surprise, and they were kind of uneasy for wanting to contribute to the pre-sale, and these guys, they didn't manage to fill it. They only filled like 10% of what they wanted to fill. I myself also didn't contribute just because, I didn't like the way they were doing things. So obviously they didn't fill the soft cap, and they've had to cancel the resale. And these guys turned out to be honest guys, and they've created a claim section on the website, where people can claim the money, and everybody's claimed all the tokens back, and there's been no problems. So I think maybe they were genuine guys in a genuine project, but it just goes to show that you have to do these things. You have to do the audits. You have to do the KYC. You have to do all the things to give your community members give some trust to your community members. Otherwise, you can end up kind of ruining a good opportunity like this. Cause it's kind of a shame that it's happened, because I think the first auto rebase project on the Metis blockchain would have been a big success. Now these guys said they're going to go back to the drawing board. They're going to maybe change things, maybe change the name, maybe even change the blockchain. They're going to go and change a few things, and obviously get an audit done and all these things before, and then come back again. So I'll keep following them. I'll see what they do, and hopefully they can do a better job of things next time. So yeah, there's just two things I want to talk about today. Obviously, I wanted to do an update on Sphere Finance, and how well that launch went. Then I also wanted to show you the other side of things, where not 100% of these projects or 100% of these videos that I make on these upcoming projects are going to do well. There's going to be, because the main thing about me bringing you these projects so early is that we don't have so much information about them yet. So, just because I make a video on something doesn't 100% mean that it's going to be a success. That I'm bringing you these projects early so that you can get yourself into the pre-sales and private sales, because this is where you make the most money. But you obviously have to do your own research when the project evolves, and you have to make sure that do they have an audit done? Have they done KYC? Have they got a multi-signature on the Treasury wallet, and all these important things is then for you to do the research after, and it doesn't always work out the way we want it to work out. But yeah, that's it. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.